Welcome to the Make and Design podcast. I'm Carina Gardner, and today we are going to be talking about this very crazy thing called marketing and what a dilemma it is for designers. And the dilemma is different for us as designers for a couple of reasons. The first one is because of the very nature of being an artist or designer. And the second reason is because we have to kind of think about it differently than not all businesses, but some businesses do it very differently the way that we can do it. Okay. So the first issue is the very nature of us as designers and artists. Now, you might be the exception to the rule, and sometimes I do run into the extroverted designer. But I would say for the most part, most of us are actually introverted. I mean, that's why we got into art and design. We like designing by ourselves. We love creating art by ourselves. We like making things by ourselves. And a lot of people don't realize it, but actually I'm an introvert. And it took a lot of years of practicing to kind of get out of my shell and start speaking to people, even on this podcast or on YouTube or in any of the places that I'm speaking at. And so it's a really interesting dilemma because we don't want to put ourselves out there. The second issue is that, as a designer, some businesses or a lot of businesses, they get to promote the actual business itself. As a designer and artist, we really have to create a personal brand. And that feels like a dilemma because instead of promoting whatever this thing is out there that we're trying to promote, instead we have to kind of promote our work, the diversity of our work, all the different products we have. And sometimes that just feels a little daunting. If you have been feeling this, you are not alone. This is the thing I see over and over and over again as I speak and work with designers. I mean, it's actually part of the reason that we created our Marketing for Creatives membership, which, by the way, I think that our next time we'll probably allow people in is in August. If you're looking for it, it's, I don't even know where you could go. You could go to designsuitecourses.com/MCM to try to get on a wait list because we'll have a 3-day marketing challenge that we do. So anyway, let's get back to this whole idea of marketing. So I think one of the issues is marketing itself has become such a hairy word that people are like, I don't even know what I should do. Marketing could be social media. Marketing could be ads. Marketing could be a newspaper ad. It could be anything, right? So let's talk about what marketing is. All marketing is attracting your customer. That's it. Just attracting your customer. So getting eyeballs on your products. And if you're a designer and you sell digital products, physical products, you really just want eyeballs on your products. Now, one of the issues is that most people think that if I could just have 100 people look at it, 100 people will buy it. And that's just not true, right? 1%, 0.5%, if we're lucky, depending on the industry, will actually purchase something for every 100 people who look at it. And because of that, we just need a lot of eyeballs on our work, right? So the more eyeballs on our work, the better it's going to work out for us. So here's what I would tell you about marketing. All marketing is leverage. It's leverage. It's visibility, which equals opportunity, right? So if someone is able to see your work, then that will mean that they have the opportunity to purchase it. That's all that is, right? And so what we're trying to do is give people the opportunity to see our work. Now, I address this for designers who want the easy path in my design boot camp. So if you want to check out how I can kind of steer you away from having to do your own work and instead leveraging other people's platforms, you can find out more about that at designsuitecourses.com/designbootcamp. But for the rest of you guys, maybe you've already been to a boot camp or you're still kind of working it out on your own. The main thing you need to know is if you can get that visibility, that's the opportunity that you need for customers to see your work, okay? The other cool thing about, all of this attraction, attraction to your product, no matter how you get that attraction, right, is that it fills your pipeline up with leads. People thinking about wanting to purchase your product. And sometimes there's a very long lead time. There just is, right? So let me give you an example of this. Earlier this month, or actually when this comes out, I'll actually still be on this trip. I am going to Europe. So I was looking for shoes that would be comfortable enough to walk in, but were cute enough for us to take pictures in. And I was getting a lot of ads. Now, some of these ads were things I saw 6 months ago. But 6 months ago, I didn't know I was going to Europe. And so because of that, I was able to I would start thinking about it and I'd be like, oh, I remember there was this ad for this shoe 6 months ago. I wonder where that is, right? So it's utilizing what I already know about, the marketing that I've already seen, to then make a decision in the present when I'm actually in need of that product. And so that's why and this is really hard for me, especially when it comes to marketing. I always want the people who are ready right now to come in and purchase, right? That's what you really are wanting. If I have a really beautiful ultimate gingerbread house, I want people to go ahead and purchase it. And the best time for that is usually around October because it's a gingerbread house for Christmas time and they want to have time to make it. But a lot of times people come in and buy it the first week of December and then they've got to make it in December and it's fast, right? Or they come in and buy it the day before Christmas because they're just feeling Christmassy, right? It's fine. That's okay. If that's when they want to buy it, they can. That's why it's harder to market it in January because people aren't buying gingerbread houses in January. They're past Christmas and it's a long ways away. So the way that we are selling our design work and when we do it is really important. Now you might see me start talking about my Christmas stuff in June or July. And that is to do the very thing that I'm talking about with those sneakers or those white shoes I was looking for my trip to Europe. And that is giving people a seedling, helping them see that eventually they're going to want this product, right? Now, many of you have beautiful, beautiful projects that are holiday based. And this is what you need to do. You need to start seeding them far in advance. Now, some of you have products that are year-round products. You should just be seeding them whenever you can, right? And that's what's going to help you get the final sell. And some of those take a while to get to, okay? All right. So I think this is one of those things that's really tough because nobody really wants to do marketing. I'm sure you even probably looked at this episode, the name of it, and went, I don't want to do this marketing, right? So here's some things that people have said. I think that makes a lot of sense and really reminds me that marketing is an important piece. And depending on how you do it, and you can do it very smartly, right? You can change the trajectory of your design business. Seth Godin said, marketing is no longer about the stuff that you make, but about the stories you tell. Henry Ford said, stop advertising to save money is like stopping your watch to save time, as in, not very useful, right? Peter Drucker said, the aim of marketing is to know and understand the customer so well that the product or service fits them and sells itself. How about Jay Bear? Content is fire. Social media is gasoline. And he's really saying this in terms of using marketing through social media, because social media is just a vehicle or tool, right? I think social media is a really interesting thing because it's a really, easy way to get started. It is something you can kind of use on the front end. It's only what we put into, so in Marketing for Creatives, we have 5 pages. That's your roadmap. And it's our number 2 thing that we like on the list of things to do. I don't think it's a thing that closes the sale, though. That's been my experience anyway. It's not the thing that closes the sale. You need a launch method for that. That's our phase 3 worksheet, and we talk about those types of things. But it is your number 2, because if you can get that out there, it builds that know, like, trust factor that everybody likes to talk about. Zig Ziglar said, if people like you, they'll listen to you. But if they trust you, they'll do business with you. And as designers, especially of products that, might be inexpensive, but they have the choice to buy other people's products, not ours. If you do sewing patterns, there are a million other people doing sewing patterns, right? So they have to trust that the product you're going to give them is one that they're really going to want. Okay. Okay. I hope this helped. Those of you in Design Bootcamp and those of you in Design Suite, you know that we actually don't believe in doing a lot of marketing within your first year as a designer. Some of you might be like, what? Huh? Why? You just have to come to Design Bootcamp to understand why we leverage things a little bit differently in the design world, because we're trying to find the straightest path to where we need to get to. But then at some point, you really do need it. And that's part of the reason it's taken me so long to even create a marketing program. Our membership is a really low and inexpensive marketing program that we created, literally because we just wanted something for our designers so that once they were past Design Suite, there was something very easy for them to learn how to build and create marketable products, which is pretty cool. So we really love it for that. If you're interested in that, you can go to designsuitecourses.com/MCM, and you can get on the wait list there to find out when our next 3-day challenge is going to be. For those of you who are scared of marketing, my challenge to you is to start thinking of ways that marketing can feel easy to you. That marketing will just simply attract customers, that eyeballs can get on your products. Maybe that's through social media. Maybe that's through inexpensive ads. Maybe that is through you just word of mouth talking about the products you're creating. There are lots of ways for you to go about it, and kind of getting smart and savvy about it will get you to that next level. It's never too early to start marketing your products. And reminder, yes, it is part of your personal brand, but you are just marketing products. This is not your baby. And the more you think of it as marketing your products versus, having to get out there yourself, which you will have to do, but kind of having that shift will help you as you're moving forward. All right. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.
Want to hang out more? Go to designsuitecourses.com/free to get our weekly freebies and patterns, die cut files, and more. Can't wait to see you there.